Good morning, everyone. My name is Gautam, and today I'm going to talk about scroll view. Hello, and now I'm going to discuss about scroll view designing long screens. First, let us look at what is scroll view. In our daily life, we use a mobile phone, and you may have observed that whenever the screen content or the content on the screen is more, we just scroll it up. That is nothing but scroll view. As you have seen, here we have mentioned an example. In mobile apps, not all content can fit into one screen. Example, forms, news feeds, long articles, etc. This is where scroll view is useful, and that is a very useful and simple example of how we use a mobile phone in daily life. When the content on the screen is beyond the screen size, the scroll view can be used to give an extension to the screen where we can view both the remaining content on the screen by scrolling. It allows smooth vertical and horizontal scrolling, and you can specify layout height and width to adjust height and width of the screen. Scroll view can only hold one direct child. Here, which is it can be understood in a simple way that suppose you want to use another layout. Suppose in the starting of the code you have mentioned linear layout and you want to use another layout for this for the holding of the title or something, then you have to enclose that in this linear layout. For designing long screen, the procedures are: you need to break the content into logical sections. You can't just dump all the content into one simple thing. You have to break it into paras, whatever content, however you have the content, even if it's mathematical or it's a practical one, or it's a or if it's a written in words. You have to break it. You have to ensure that the important information will always be visible at the starting itself. You have to make it sure that the important and the most important part of the information that you want to show to others is visible without too much of scrolling. You can use visual hierarchy like headings, spacing, or you can color them so that the people can easily see, okay, this is important. You have to avoid you have to avoid infinite scrolling unless it's very necessary. The best practices to long screen scrolling for the scroll view at long screens are: you have to keep the scroll length manageable. You should only keep it to a certain extent, not infinite. You have to provide sticky headers so that navigation can be quicker. Suppose you have a screen and you have to scroll it to find the information. Suppose you want to find a particular information from the scrolled content. If you have a sticky header and you type what you want to find, it will be very easy for you to find it. Lazy loading is used for large data sets. And for large data sets, you should recycler view is used instead of scroll view. It's more preferable instead of scroll view. You have to test the scroll view which you have on different screens so that it is compatible with maximum amount of screens. The common mistakes which will be occurring when you use a scroll view are that there are multiple scroll views on each other. There are nested of more scroll views, which leads to performance issues. Overloading, like the users are overloaded with too much of content on the screen, which is very stress to them. And this poor spacing. Suppose you are reading a story, you're reading a story on a mobile phone. If there is no proper spacing between the words, if there is no proper spacing between the paras, it makes it hard and very irritated to read. That is one of the most common mistakes occurred when using scroll view. Example use cases which are used are for long screen. There are registration forms. There are product detail pages, articles and blogs, and image galleries. You can see here that I have also put an example of image of how the image galleries are scrolled. Like when you use a WhatsApp or photos, you take a phone in the photo and you just scroll it to the left or right side to check the photo you want. That's an example of horizontal scrolling in image galleries. Now coming to the conclusion, scroll view is very essential for displaying long content. It should be used thoughtfully to maintain usability and performance. For very large lists, I prefer and I suggest you use recycler view instead of scroll view. Thank you. And now moving on to the coding part. This here is the code which I have written for scroll view. As you can see, I have enclosed whatever the child, only one child is located here, that is the linear layout. And the other child, such as the text view, edit text, and all the other parts regarding the particular scroll view have been enclosed in the linear layout, which is the only single child. And this is one of the most common mistakes which we previously discussed. You should enclose. Scroll view can only handle one single child, and you should enclose all the other childs in that single child itself. And you can see that here the one which I have used is a registration form. I have put the title. We can specify the layout width and height, and I have also given edit text like the name of the person, email, his phone number, his password, his address, his city, his country, his register number. And you can use this is not the register number, I'm so sorry, this is the button. For this button, it is used for register. So after the person fills all this form, if he types on register, he can get the register. And here for any XML code to function properly in Android, you need to have a proper Kotlin. Here the main issue with this is that there's a small compatibility issue with my Android Studio, and I'm unable to completely execute this particular code. The code is correct, but the thing is that there's a small compatibility issue with this, and there might be some mistakes, so I am unable to execute the code properly. I'm extremely sorry for that. But here this is the Kotlin code. See, you can see that I have used the name edit text. For this is the edit text for the name. This is for email, phone, password, city, country, register button. For all those, you can this find view by ID can be used to find the particular edit text for that. For here, suppose full name, it is a name. So here find view by ID, we are reading for the name like that. And here for the register button, set on click listener. By setting this on click listener, by clicking on we can simply that by clicking on the register button, you can get whatever information you have to be submitted in that long form. And then this toast is used so that you can get the length of the message, like this message has been submitted or this has been submitted. You can get a particular message at the ending after you submit it. That's how toast is used. And I'm again extremely sorry for not able to completely run this program properly due to a few compatibility issues. And that's it. And with that, I conclude this video on scroll view long screens. My name is, again introducing myself, my name is Gautam, and my roll number is 23022 from Amrita. Thank you.